Wow, I cannot believe our podcast is still going. What is going on, everybody? And welcome back to the number one podcast, episode 5, I think. Look, I'm already losing count on our podcast. So this is episode 5. We are getting close to we are getting close to like 10 episodes. That would be cool if we can get to 10 episodes. It would be so cool. So guys, I think I got some little disappointing news for you guys. This might be the last podcast. Wait, let me finish my sentence. Guys, let me finish my sentence. This might be the last podcast I will put on Soundcloud. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because, guys, Soundcloud ain't not free. Guys, they're gonna be wondering, bro, you play Ghost of Batman, you play Poppy Playtime, you play Fights and Freddy's, you guys should just pay for this, right? Well, I'm not gonna waste like a few dollars on a way to post my podcast. At least Spotify and my YouTube channel is free. So, no, what am I trying to say is that, the length of the video, like, I can't make that podcast really that long, or else, I'll have to pay. Like, the max I can do is 120 minutes, and that's like, what? Nah. Like, I don't know how do I explain it. It's just that the bar is just, you can only record for 120 minutes. After 120 minutes, done. So basically, your whole podcast has to be 120 minutes. And if that bar reaches 120 minutes, you got to pay. So this might be the last podcast I post on SoundCloud. I don't know. Maybe if I can find a solution, I might still post on SoundCloud, but this might be the last one. I might switch over to Spotify only. Or maybe Apple Podcasts. I could try Apple Podcasts. If you guys want that. I could try Apple Podcasts if you would like that. Alright. Let me tell you about a time I got treated like an unwanted carry-on before the plane even took off. I got the worst service on the plane and I wasn't even in the air yet. So I walked on this screen like a celebrity. Hoodie on, headphones in, window seat secured. I'm ready to take a nap and ignore humanity. But the second I sit down, I realize my tray table is broken, my seatbelt don't click, and the dude next to me is already sweating. Dude, the sweat is just disgusting. Bro already sweating next to me, and that's disgusting, bro. That's disgusting. Bro was already sweating next to me. And when I say next to me, he was like right next to me, and he was sweating. I hit that call button like bing, and the flight attendant pulls out, and I just ruined her whole day. What seems to be the problem, sir? I tell the company the seatbelt's busted, and so there's a piece of gum where my elbow should be. She was short staffed today. Then she leaves, no fix, no apology. I just sat there, seatbeltless, stuck to her arm as like a kid's sign project. Wondering if this is what my dad paid for $187 for. But guys, this story is not really that true. Well, actually, I went to the airline sometime that actually had a piece of gum, and actually the seatbelt was actually a little bit busted. So this is kind of true, but I don't think they never said short staff. So I went into the flight, asked for some water. She had me the tiniest cup I've ever seen, and had 4 ice cubes. 4 ice cubes. And look at the bottle. It's like, I don't know. It's like the size of my palm. I don't know. I could have stayed home and sat in a lawn chair with turbulence. Same experience. And all of that was before the plane hit the sky. But once that plane hit the sky, oh, it got worse. So we're flying, right? I'm trying to watch a movie on the crusty little screen in front of me. Every 3 seconds, the picture freezes like it's a buffering from 2009. I finally gave up and closed my eyes. That's when the turbulence hit. The whole plane shook like someone slapped it from outside. People aghast. One lady grabbed the seat like I was gonna fly out of the plane. Me? I just accepted my fate. If this is how I go, at least I didn't pay for the Wi-Fi. So it was basically Antarctica in this plane, Antarctica in the plane, Antarctica. I don't know. Some people call it Antarctica or Antarctica. I'm not sure. But anyway, bro, it was so cold in there. I started questioning if I packed for the wrong destination. If I packed from the wrong destination. I hit the little air vent above my seat, turn it off. Nothing happened. Just more cold. Like it was blowing glacier breath on my forehead. Even the guy next to me that was drinking brewski was like, I didn't even know, he was like shivering. I don't know because I fell with the brewski or what. I'm not sure. I just applied to the blanket. You know what she handed me? A napkin. Folded. I said, "Ma'am, I'm freezing." She said, "That's complimentary." Like that makes it better. And now don't even start talking about the in-flight meals. The in-flight meal was a prank. Now listen, I know airplane food is a gourmet. What they gave me? It was a criminal. Dry chicken that looked like it gave up halfway during cooking. Mashed potatoes that tasted like glue with dreams. And some mystery dessert that wiggled like it was alive. I tapped it with my fork and it moved. I ain't eating it. I just looked like it owed me money. And now the bathroom. Don't even get me started. I think I even talked to this on my first episode. You guys, go back to my first episode. I think I even talked this about my time in Paris and the bathroom was like a mess. So basically, eventually, I gotta use the bathroom. I stand up, the aisle like the width of a ruler. I bumped like 3 elbows and one baby just to get there. Once the door opened and I'm hit with a smell that said, "Don't do it." I stepped in anyway. Door barely locked. I turned around the toilet, flushed it on alone. I jumped like, "Hello? Who's in here with me?" The bathroom was haunted. I did what I had to do and got out. Now this is the final straw, the landing drama. We finally descended. I'm thinking, thank God, it's almost over. But the pilot hit us with, we're gonna be in a holding pattern for another 25 minutes. 25 minutes! 25 minutes! So look at the airplane like a confused pigeon. We land, everyone stands up too early. We're all shoulder to shoulder in the aisle, sweating and pretending to stretch. And guess what? The gate wasn't even ready. We saw the runway, another 15 minutes to stand outside. At this point, we walked to the terminal. So yeah, that flight, trash, that food, war crime, that service, personal beef. I left that plane colder, hungrier, and more tired than when I gone. Next time I fly, I'm bringing my own food, my own blanket, and maybe a parachute just in case. So that was the #1 podcast story where I survived, so y'all can laugh. And also, this is another one that's actually half true as well. I thought camping would be chill. Then the forest turned on me. Who told me camping was gonna be peaceful? Like I was gonna sit by the fire and reflect on life. Nature had beef with me from the second I stepped out of that car. This is kind of half true. So, this is the story. I pulled up to the campsite like a pro. New 10 snacks, bug spray, even got a little speaker to set the vibe. 10 minutes in, I realized I don't know how to set up a 10. I'm wrestling poles and flashlight is origami for giants. Once I finally get it off, it starts raining hard. Like soundtrack to a sad movie type rain. My 10, leaking. My socks, swampy. I open the zipper and BAM! A raccoon inside my chip bag just vibing. I try to scare it out and slip in the mud. Now I'm muddy, wet, cold, and chipless. The night I hear something moving outside the tent, I'm just holding a flash like a weapon. Every squirrel sounds like a serial killer. I didn't sleep. I just blinked at the ceiling until sunrise. So I crawl out of the tent looking like a survivor. Hair matted, back stiff, socks soaking wet like I just walked through a swamp. The birds chirping felt disrespectful. And what's waiting for me outside? My shoes are gone. I look around as a crime scene. I find one halfway under a bush, the other in the middle of a pot of flooring like it was an escaping camp too. I picked them up like a soggy toast. I slipped them on anyway because I had no choice. Each step felt like walking in regret. And now the fire that never happened. Everyone decided it's breakfast time, but we got no fire, no stove, Just wet wood and hungry vibes. One guy swears he watched the video and knows how to spark a fire with sticks. I'm like, this ain't Minecraft, bro. Bro, this ain't Minecraft. He's rubbing two twigs together like trying to summon a genie. Nothing happened, but bliss was a disappointment. Meanwhile, I'm sitting on a damp log trying to eat a granola bar with ants already crawling on it. This ain't camping. It's voluntary suffering. And now, and just when I think it can't get worse, bees. Someone spilled juice. Bees pull up like it's a family reunion. I'm not even sweet. They just chase me anyway. I take off running in a circle around the dead like it's a track meet. One lands on my hoodie string, and I nearly snatch my whole hoodie off. My friend goes, "Don't run," that makes it angry. I yell back, "And what? You want me to invite up for breakfast?" Nah, just to escape. I didn't even wait for the group to say, "Let's pack up." I was already deflating my air mattress and dragging my shoes to the car. Everyone's talking, "Let's stay another." I said, "Another what?" Y'all enjoy nature. I'm gonna go home, hug my shelf, sleep in a real bed, and microwave something. So yeah, camping, never again. I found raccoons, rain, mud, and bees. And lost nature. Don't want me there. And I finally got the message. This is the #1 podcast where I learn lessons the hard way, so you can just laugh from your couch. Oh, now this is another good one for you guys. This is another good one for you guys. I just needed a pee. I walked into a full-on toilet riot. Walked in peacefully, should have stayed outside. It was just after lunch. I wasn't trying to skip class or start drama. I literally just had pee. My plan was simple. Get in, get out, wash my hands like a good citizen. So I opened the door to the second floor boys' bathroom. And instantly, I knew something was off. I was like, oh, yep. Something was definitely up. It was too loud. There was shouting. The lights were flickering. The air smelled like sprayed deodorant and evil. Before I could turn around, the door slammed behind me. I took 2 steps in and some kid yeets an empty juice box across the room like it's a dodgeball. And someone else is standing on the sink yelling, "World Star! This is history!" I'm frozen. I look at the stalls and the 2 dudes are fighting over a bottle of stolen cologne. Another stall is swinging open and closed like someone summoned a demon in there. There's wet paper towels stuck to the ceiling. I don't know how it got there. I don't know how long it's been in. I don't know how long it's been there. I just know it's watching me. Someone tried to throw soap on the floor to make it slippery like it's a Mario Kart. Another dude actually hits the uranium with his shoulder. He jumps like, I'm good. No, you're not, bro. You just disrespected your spine. Meanwhile, a small group of guys in the corner arguing over Bluetooth speakers, blasting drill music like it's a halftime show at a football riot or a Super Bowl. The air refresher thing on the wall tries to spray and gets knocked off mid-spray and lands in the sink. No one even reacts. And someone brings a fire extinguisher. At this point, I'm just trying to find a clean spot to breathe. That's when one guy, I didn't even know where he came from, pulls out a fire extinguisher. Where did he get it? I don't know. Why? I don't want to know. He screams, "Clear the room!" Then sprays foam directly into the air like he's purifying evil spirits. People are running out, coughing. A dude trips on a trash can and tips it over. Someone's bone hit the ground, it cracked. They scream like their life is over. And now this is that I escaped the toilet wars. I didn't even get to pee. My soul left my body halfway through that chaos. I dug under a flying roll of toilet paper and dipped out like I'm escaping prison. Short wrinkled, hair all bent, smelling deodorant, fear and regret. A teacher passes me in the hallway like, "What's going on in there?" I just say, "You don't want to know." So this is the outro. So yeah, I learned something that day that never trust a crowded bathroom at lunchtime. I went in with a full bladder and dreams of peace. I came out traumatized, foamed, and confused. This is the #1 podcast. where chaos finds me, even when I'm just trying to pee. Seriously, I literally just trying to find. I'm just trying to pee. Wait. It's not over just yet. So after escaping that chaotic bathroom like a ninja, I thought I was off the hook. Nope. The next thing I know, the vice principal office calls my name. You're staying after school. What? Why? You were in the bathroom when the fight happened. So was half the school? Well, so was half the school? But apparently that means I was involved. I'm thinking, great, I'm gonna get blamed for something I didn't even start. So basically, half the school, basically when you said you were in the bathroom in the fight happened, so basically half the school was in the bathroom. So apparently that means I was involved. So I'm thinking, great, I'm gonna get blamed for something I didn't even start. Yeah, like imagine getting blamed for something you didn't do. That's terrible. Now this is where things happen. Detention room smells like old pizza and bad decisions. Everyone there looking just as bad or bored as me. The monitor keeps staring at me like he's trying to will me into oppression. I sit down, pull out my phone, secretly and start scrolling. But no one for me, it's just me and my thoughts. I try to explain to the monitor. I need to start the ride, she replies. Doesn't matter, you were there. Great, justice in 2025. This is the boring hour. They made us write an essay on why school rules matter. I started typing in my head, because if you don't, bathroom turns into a war zone. No one was listening though. It all sighs, shovels, and occasionally eye rolls. Suddenly, a kid burst out laughing because someone sneezed so loud it sounded like a gunshot. That made the whole room crack out quietly, including me. For one moment, detention didn't feel so bad. Inspired by the chaos, me and the two other kids hatched a plan to sneak out early. Step 1, pretend to need water. Step 2, make a break for the door when no one's looking. We get halfway to the door, but the monitor catches us like a hawk. Nice try. Back to your seats. Fall again. I sit back down, defeated, but secretly proud for trying. So yeah, detention after a bathroom riot, not fun. I just thought the best, but I got the punishment. Next time, I'm gonna bring a lawyer or just hold it until the bells ring. That was the #1 podcast where I survived the school system, one unfair detention at a time. So that was the #1 podcast, episode 5 or 4. I lost count. I gotta check that out for you guys. But I'll let you guys know. Thank you guys so much for watching the podcast. And I will see off you.